everyone. I hope you're doing well today, and I hope your day is going great. And if not, that is totally fine. I hope this podcast makes it better. So, last episode we saw the Roseate Spoonbill. I was actually pronouncing it wrong. I was pronouncing it as Roseate Spoonbill, but indeed it is pronounced as Roseate Spoonbill. It is spelled Roseate, so there's an AE and an A in between the S and T, so you have to kind of pronounce it as seed, so Roseate Spoonbill. So its species name is actually Platelia ajaja, and it's from the family, as we saw, Treacherous. So that's the family where ibises and spoonbills belong. So you can say that ibises are a distant cousin of spoonbills. So last episode we saw some really cool facts about the Roseate Spoonbill, but I figured the episode was really short, so I wanted to make another one. So we're gonna go deep into their feeding habits, their appearance, their distribution across the world, and habits and lifestyles as well. We're also gonna look at some of their population threats and mating habits. So before we go into the episode, let's do some breathing exercises. I still have my green tea here. I can never make an episode without my green tea, guys. It is not the same as water. It just calms me down instantly and keeps my throat clear. So anyways, let's go into our breathing exercises. So if you're ready, breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Last time here, breathe in and breathe out. Thank you so much for doing that with me, guys. So it's not early in the morning today. I always do my episodes early in the morning, but today I am doing 2 episodes, so it is about 4:13 p.m. in the evening, so you might hear some kids playing in the background. I left my window open, so they're kind of riding their bikes, and I apologize for that. But anyways, let's get into the episode. So the appearance of the spoonbill is very peculiar. They have a bare greenish head and a white neck and back. They actually have a tuft of pink feathers in their breast. So that kind of disappears after they breed. So it's present when they're breeding, and then it disappears after. I find that very cool. I'm not sure if that is to attract mates, but maybe it is. So they can also be deep pink in the breast, which is really cool. So the colors of the spoonbill the tuft on their breast can range from pale pink to bright magenta, depending on age, whether breeding or not, and location. So it all depends on their different factors like that. So unlike herons, spoonbills do fly with their necks outstretched, so they kind of dip their necks when they fly, and they don't keep them straight. They do have not extremely long necks, but they're fairly long, kind of like a flamingo. Their wingspan is about 120 to 133 centimeter, and their whole length is 71 to 86. So their lifespan is actually 10 to 15 years. As we saw in the other episode, their average lifespan is only 7 years. So most spoonbills live up to 7 years, but there was one spoonbill which broke the record and lived until 16 years. I just took a sip of my green tea there. It's still pretty warm, but it's cooling down. So anyways, so herons, I think herons don't fly with their necks outstretched, but spoonbills do. So now let's move on to their distribution or geography. Some of the continents that they're found in are North America, South America, the Caribbean islands, and Central America. So as we saw in the last episode, they are endemic to the Western Hemisphere, and some of the countries they're found in are United States, Uruguay, Venezuela, Argentina, Bahamas, Brazil, and many other countries in the Western Hemisphere. So they are usually found in wetlands and freshwater. Sometimes they're also found in swamps, brackish water, and marsh areas. So these are the places where they can find small crustaceans and such, but these are also the places where crocodiles and jaguars and pumas kind of come to prey on these birds. So they're not very safe, but it is just the circle of life, and every animal has to get its food some way. So as we saw, these birds kind of eat crustaceans, aquatic insects, frogs, newts, and very small fish. So basically anything that is left over by bigger wading birds or bigger hunting birds. So they just kind of pick them up. They don't really have any competition for that. I accidentally spilled my tea, guys. I spilled a little bit, but that is okay. So some of their mating habits is actually very interesting. As we saw, when they breed, they develop this tuft of hair in their chest. So they're serially monogamous. So that means they stay with one partner during one breeding season, and then they nest in small colonies. So males constantly defend their territories against intruders. This we have seen in many other birds as well. Such as I can't remember, guys. You can go back and check many other episodes that we kind of covered on birds, so you might see some similarities there. Many males do kind of protect their territories in animals as well, not only in birds. So these birds are colonial or congregatory, which means they form colonies, and mostly for breeding they form colonies. So the way that they kind of feed is also very interesting. The birds feed by swinging their bill from side to side as they steadily walk through the water, often in groups. So since they have this spoon-shaped beak there, they put their beak in the water, and then they kind of create these whirlpools by swinging their beaks from side to side. And then the prey gets stuck in the whirlpool and they can easily catch the prey. The bill also has sensitive nerve endings. So they have nerve endings in their beak that can make the birds feel the prey when the prey touch their beak. And then when the birds feel the prey, they snap their beak close, which is really interesting. I've never seen any bird kind of do that. I don't even think flamingos can do that, but that is very smart. It's a nice adaptation. Especially since all the crustaceans and small fishes are kind of camouflaged in the water, in the brackish water and marshes. It will definitely help for the birds to feel their prey instead of see them. So the way these birds sleep is very fascinating as well. They sleep standing, often on one leg with their head hidden under a shoulder. I've never heard of birds sleep like that. Maybe other birds do, maybe other spoonbills do as well, but that is very interesting. I wonder as to why they sleep in one leg. Maybe it helps them balance, maybe it keeps them on alert. And also they sleep mostly in branches, because if they get down or if they're on the ground, they will be easy for predators to catch them. So these birds do have some peculiar habits. They're usually silent, but when alarmed, they will produce a low-pitched ha sound. When feeding, they may utter a very low guttural sound. So these birds' sounds are also very unique. I will play it for you. I don't know if you can hear it through this recording, but let's try. So hopefully you could hear that. It is a very low-pitched sound, unlike many other birds who kind of try to alert other flocks by producing a high-pitched sound, such as the chickadee that we saw way back in the beginning. They actually use a code of their call to kind of alert many other flocks as well, if they kind of face danger. So many birds have this kind of alert system, but every bird has a different one, which is really interesting to learn about. So let me just take a sip of my green tea here. So going back to the mating habits here, the female actually lays 2 to 5 whitish eggs with brown markings, and the parents incubate them for 22 to 23 days. So that is less than a month there. Most birds kind of incubate their eggs within that range. So the nest is actually a large cup-shaped structure made with small branches and stems. So these birds, just like many other birds, use branches and stems to make nests. And the chicks are actually kind of pale pink. They don't really develop their color until they're adults. They still have some pink on them. They're not completely white, unlike the flamingos. But these chicks are very cute to look at as well. These chicks are altricial. That means they're both naked and helpless and blind. So they really need their mothers to take care of them. So at 35 to 42 days after hatching, so about a month after hatching, they leave the nest and they begin to fly when they are 7 to 8 weeks old, which is really common in birds. So most birds kind of stay with their mothers for a while, and then they begin to fly after a few weeks. So these spoonbills, they do have some similar characters to other birds, but they also have some unique characters, such as their feathers. So the protein on their feathers is called carotenoid, and it is produced by plants and algae, as well as several bacteria and fungi. So the carotenoid can be yellow, orange, or red, and it gives the characteristic color to pumpkins, carrots, corn, tomatoes, canaries, flamingos, salmon, lobster, shrimp, and even daffodils. So carotenoids are found literally everywhere. So this bright coloring comes from the Roseate Spoonbill's diet, as we saw in the last episode. So we also saw that in the last episode we kind of discussed where they're from. These spoonbills are endemic to the Western Hemisphere. I think I mentioned that, but But other spoonbills, such as the Eurasian spoonbill and the black-faced spoonbill, are found in different parts of the world, such as Europe, Asia, and Africa. Our roseate spoonbill here is only found in the Americas, so we're pretty lucky to have them. So, as we saw, they're a high demand with bird watchers and scientists. So some of the population threats of roseate spoonbills are destruction of their natural habitat. They also suffer from human disturbances, illegal hunting, and pesticides. I remember that these spoonbills were once hunted in the 1800s. So they were almost hunted to extinction there because humans wanted to wear their pink feathers. I almost said flowers there. So anyways, guys, that is a very unfortunate thing. So as of now, they are of least concern because it is illegal to hunt them right now. So according to Partners in Flight Resource, the total breeding population size of the roseate spoonbill is 12,000 breeding individuals. So it's been a long time for them to kind of recover from their endangered stage there. So anyways, guys, I would have not been happy if we lost this amazing bird. So some of the cool facts that I saw about these birds are spoonbills have binocular vision, although when they forage, tactile senses for these birds are important too. So there are a lot of vocab words here. Binocular means when the animal can kind of perceive a single three-dimensional image. So the contrast for the binocular vision is monocular vision, which means the animal can only use one eye at a time. So that is such as humans and many other animals. But these spoonbills can kind of rotate their eyes in two directions. They can see in one direction with one eye, and then the other eye can see in the other direction. So that is very cool. That is something we don't have. And also, the last fact here, the nostrils of spoonbills are located near the base of the bill so that the birds can breathe while their bill is submerged in water. This is very important for them because most of the time they feed in the marsh water or the wetland water, so it's very important for them to breathe. So it is a cool adaptation that they have nostrils in their beaks. So anyways, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I hope you were able to relax and kind of learn about a new bird species. You should definitely check out the previous episode as well. I have some really cool facts of roseate spoonbills. I apologize for my pronunciation in the last episode, but I hope I made up for it in this one. Thank you so much, guys, and see you on the next episode. Goodbye.